Welcome to the Scottish Rite Journal podcast, an audio presentation of the Scottish Rite Journal, brought to you by the Supreme Council of the Scottish Rite, Southern Jurisdiction, Mother Supreme Council of the World. This week's article is The Cardboard Box by Brother Robert Elsner, Ph.D., 33rd degree, and comes from the September-October 2024 issue of the Scottish Rite Journal. The cardboard box was dusty and falling apart. Its yellow, brown, and near-white material was brittle and faded, marred by water stains and light mildew. The corners curled, their discolored edges and exposed corrugation like the fins of long-extinct sea creatures. Stickers from its original purpose long scrawled over with repurposing for Christmas and church suppers and books. The tape that kept it closed was slowly losing the battle of structural integrity. Tensile strength exhausted. Here in the attic, the box had probably lain for decades, forgotten. Bits of roofing and feathers from a bird that once got in fell from it as it was moved from under exposed rafters and trusses. A clump of old yellow insulation was stuck to the bottom, making the ugly box even less attractive, if that were possible. Tommy really did not want to open this or any other box. He had opened so many before as he cleaned up the affairs of his grandfather. Some of this clutter should just get thrown into the dumpster, he thought. At 23, he had long ago grown tired of hearing about the heroic exploits of Grandpa Tom, for whom he had been named. He joined the army and went to some sandy place. So what? Grandpa was too busy with everything else to be there much for Tommy. He hadn't been there for Tommy's dad either. Tommy didn't see his own bitterness for what it was, as grief is complex and takes many forms on many topics. Pictures of Grandpa with battle buddies had been all over the house, his American Legion cap on a triangular case with a flag that had flown over the Capitol. If you're a Master Mason, check out the Master Craftsman Online College, the premier education platform from the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, Southern Jurisdiction. From Craft Lodge to Scottish Rite philosophy, visit www.mastercraftsmancollege.org for complete info and use promo code SRJ2024. That's SRJ2024 for 20% off any course. Tommy shook the box. Muffled rattling told him it was not just more books, but there was a cloth or something in there with glass and metal things. He didn't even bother with the box cutters, just tore off the top as an insult to the existence of that tape. A long blue tube was on top. A white label on it proclaimed as containing a white lambskin apron, presented to Brother Thomas Jones. What did that mean? He put it aside, not even caring what the contents were, since they didn't rattle when shaken. A folded and water-stained piece of yellowish paper proclaimed Brother Jones as 32nd degree Mason, and Tommy threw it Frisbee style onto the refuse pile. Another paper with some kind of entryway picture said Thomas Jones was a Master Mason. What rubbish! Grandpa never laid a brick. Again, Tommy tossed it aside with lots of other meaningless papers. Those that meant nothing had no value to him. Some strange bits of cloth with belts on them might be aprons, but would not help much in cooking or woodwork, he thought, so tossed them aside. Finally, he found something cool, medals similar to the ones from the army. A couple of small books, smeared and moldy, were cast onto the discard pile. There were 3 shot glasses with very heavy bases etched with a square and compasses logo and something about an anniversary table lodge. Those might be useful at least for parties. In the bottom of the box was a moldy, misshapen red felt bowl filled with coins and pins. As he pulled it out, he saw it had something with a logo and writing on it, upside down, and a long black tassel. He sort of recognized it as one of those hats they wore on the kids' hospital commercials, but he wasn't sure. Okay, these last things in the hat might be worth something. He threw the medals and glasses into the hat, and the rest into the nearly full trash bag. Downstairs, Tommy dumped the contents of the hat onto the kitchen table, then threw the hat into the large trash can next to it, pushing the glasses and a $2 bill he found inside to a pile to be kept He sorted through the rest. None of the coins seemed to have real value, but some were pretty. He scooped them into an old shopping bag and thought that those things might be good to drop off at the pawn shop. The drive wasn't far. "I'll give you $10 for the lot. I only know one guy who might want this stuff." Tommy didn't care much, but then $10 was better than nothing. He left happy that he had something meaningful for all that work. "I thought you might like to see this stuff. Some guy brought it in, cleaning out his deceased grandfather's house. Guy didn't care about this stuff, just wanted some money." Chuck poked around, identifying Grandmaster coins and special pins. One of the jewels caught his attention. It was a past master's jewel, engraved with the now-defunct Lodge and Brother Jones's name. "How much do you want for it?" "Some of it would be nice for the display case in the lodge." "For you, $40, and it's yours." Chuck paid the man and took the plastic bag full of the treasures. He planned to look up that lodge and worshipful Brother Jones later, just so that the man was not forgotten. As he drove to his own lodge, he pondered the death, right here in town, of a Mason he did not know. What was his life and legacy? What mark had he left on the world with his Masonic work? Why had the lodge closed? Was all that was left of a lodge and a Masonic career a few trinkets and baubles that even his family did not cherish? Chuck pressed the button on his steering wheel. The phone buzzed. "Hey, Dad, what's up?" "Just calling to say hi and that I love you, buddy." "That's nice. I love you too, Pop. Everything okay?" "Right as rain. You coming to dinner tonight at Lodge?" "I wish I could, but Jamie has a game, and I promised to take her team to get pizza afterwards." "Good choice. That was fun seeing her play last week. Tell her I love her, and remind her that I am giving a talk tonight for guys from at least 3 lodges, or else I would be there to cheer her on." "She knows, Dad. I will tell her anyway." "You sure you're okay?" "Just thinking about a deceased brother I never met and choices he must have made. Nothing big. I'll talk to you later and find out how the game went. Love you, pal." "I love you too, Dad." Like and share this article, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you wish to comment, please leave one, and as a reminder, hit the notifications bell. Any accompanying photographs or citations from this article can be found in the corresponding print edition. The Scottish Rite Journal is published by the Supreme Council of the Scottish Rite, Southern Jurisdiction, Mother Supreme Council of the World. Mark Dreisenstock, 33rd degree, Managing Editor. I'm your host, Matt Bowers.